You're watching Tennessee Titans today. I am Tom Downey, and your Titans are hot right now. They've won 5 straight games, trying to make it 6 this Sunday, and we have the data to prove it. When you like the video, the Titans are more likely to win. That is backed by the science. Don't be the one who jinxes Tennessee into finally snapping this very impressive winning streak. Like today's video for us right now. I'm Tom Downey for Titans Today, a rather jam-packed show. We've got some Ryan Tannehill injury news and updates, some very notable Titans awards from the NFL, weekly, monthly, etc. And we'll break down 5 potential free agents Tennessee can go sign after they did not make any moves at this year's NFL trade deadline. We begin with Derrick Henry, who was, maybe unsurprisingly, named AFC Offensive Player of the Month for October and AFC Offensive Player of the Week in Week 8, when he quite literally put the team on his back and carried Tennessee to a win over the Texans. NFL record 6th game in which he rushed for 200 or more yards and had multiple touchdowns. Derrick Henry was awesome. The number one reason, along with maybe your defense, but I think Henry is the number one reason why Tennessee won after he was dominant in October overall. 563 yards, 5 touchdowns. That's 140.8 yards per game. That is elite production for any back, even for King Henry. 645 total scrimmage yards. He continues to look like the premier player in the NFL at the running back position. McCaffrey's been great. I will never doubt King Henry. He has continued to be the exception to the rule about paying backs. The Derrick Henry deal has actually worked out pretty well so far for Tennessee. Now, if you think Derrick Henry is the best back in the NFL, or if you're just hyped that he did so well this past month, type 22 in the comments section. Just head down there and spam it for me. Show some love for Derrick Henry by typing 22 in the comment section. We're not done with awards, by the way. Ryan Stonehouse, the rookie punter, has been undrafted rookie punter, mind you, has been named the AFC Special Teams Player of the Month. He averaged a blistering 51.7 yards per punt, a net average of 45, 8 punts inside the 20, along a 66. He has been a nice find for Tennessee as a UDFA, which is why you never draft punters. Let's get now to the Ryan Tannehill injury news. He was labeled as limited in practice on Wednesday. Typically a pretty good sign he's going to be able to go in a game against the Chiefs in which, let's be honest, Tennessee needs Ryan Tannehill out there, or it might not go very well. Here's what USA Today's Mike Moratis, I think I pronounced that last name correctly. If not, I'm sorry, Mike, wrote, if he does suit up, Tannehill might be playing through the pain. At the very least, he'll have to deal with that pain during the week of practice, which Tannehill himself agreed with. Pain is going to be there. That's kind of where we're at with it. Unfortunately, with the nature of the injury, it's just kind of there. So it's going to be a matter of if I can do it, if I can do my job, or if I can't. I think you're going to see Ryan Tannehill out there this week against the Chiefs. It's too impactful of a game. Remember, this game does carry massive seeding implications. Looks like Tennessee will once again win the AFC South. We've seen Tennessee stun the favorites of the Bills, Chiefs, etc., and upset them and get the number 1 seed like last year. You need Tannehill, because I'll be honest, even though I was pleased with the way Malik Willis was able to get the job done, 55 whatever passing yards on 6 of 10 with an INT is not going to beat KC. It's not going to happen. You need Tannehill, if only for better success on third downs. Now, today's show is made possible by Established Titles. If you're unfamiliar with them, allow me to explain. It's a fun and unique way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland, helping global reforestation efforts. You get a square foot of land with a unique plot number on a private estate out in Scotland. They'll send you the certificate as well. They plant a tree with every order with global charities, One Tree Planted, Trees for the Forest. Or for the future, excuse me, they have to help support that global reforestation efforts. It's based on the historic Scottish custom, right? You own land, you're a laird, or in, more common vernacular in the modern day, lord or lady. You can add it to your plane tickets, your dating profile, maybe have some better success if you're not hitting a lot of home runs off the field. Looking at you, producer Nick. The first 200 people who use or purchase a title pack using promo code CHAT at establishedtitles.com/chat. Get a link or a plot in our area, so it's the little Chat Sports Kingdom we're building up there. 10% off on their already ongoing sale when you use promo code CHAT at establishedtitles.com/chat. It's an extra 10% off. It's the perfect last-minute gift, especially you're not the best about purchasing gifts in advance like I am. Links in the comments section and the description to establishedtitles.com/chat. Let's talk top free agent targets now for the Tennessee Titans. We begin with Odell Beckham, a name we've talked about a lot here for very good reasons because, well, it's Odell Beckham. Now, the latest updates are he's not going to be healthy until at least late November, early December, maybe even a little bit later there. It seems like the rehab has not gone very well for OBJ. He wanted a big deal and has not gotten that at this point. That's just the reality for Odell Beckham. The value continues to dwindle for him. He wanted Michael Gallup money that was $12, $15 million a year. He's not going to get that. What he should do is take a one-year cheaper deal and try to cash in again next offseason. We'll see if that happens. Now, Beckham played really well for the Rams down the stretch last year. I think that's actually the year mark where his dad made that comment and was upset, and eventually the Browns ended up cutting him, etc. It was just drama-filled last year. But better, and had he not been hurt in the Super Bowl where he tore that ACL, he might have won Super Bowl MVP from that standpoint. So do you want to sign Odell Beckham Jr.? Type in OBJ for yes or no BJ for no. Sound off in the comments. While you're down in the comments, make sure you click that subscribe button for us. If Tennessee makes a move, we will have you covered here. YouTube.com/Titans today. It's free to subscribe, so there's no reason not to. Number 2, just because it's such a big name out there, Ndamukong Suh. He has been a high-end impact player for a very long time in the NFL, but he remains unsigned in November. Why is that? Well, I think the money and age are the factors here for Suh. He wanted $9 million a year at the beginning of the offseason and before training camp, and nobody ponied up, which I think is somewhat understandable there. I don't think he needed a DT that badly for Tennessee. That's not been their issue on defense. But if he wants to sign for the vet minimum and he's willing, not sure he is, at least call. Number 3, Darrell Williams. Now, this is a right side offensive lineman. Maybe you want to keep riding with Nicholas Petit-Frere. I get that. Maybe you want a better backup. God forbid Nate Davis goes down, knock on wood. Darrell Williams can be your swing right side player. Played guard and tackle last year for the Buffalo Bills. And it's weird to me that he's unsigned, right? He played fine last year. A couple sacks allowed. Was a better pass blocker than run blocker. Might not be the best fit from that standpoint for Tennessee. But he's an offensive lineman who can start. We clearly can't say the exact same thing about Dylan Radins right now, so maybe you should have interest given all your issues up front and injury-wise on the offensive line. Let's go to number 4, Sidney Jones. And you'll notice he's got Seahawks stuff behind him. That is intentional because Sidney Jones technically has not yet cleared waivers. Seattle did not cut him on time to process the waivers on Thursday. On Wednesday. Now he's going to go through waivers today, and that is when he would end up being cleared from that point. So Sidney Jones is not yet a free agent. He is subject to waivers. He started some games last year for Seattle. 61% completion rate allowed in a part-time role. Broke up some passes, flash, but also kind of lost out to other corners that he was just kind of thought a favor in Seattle. Given that this team has issues with Caleb Farley, maybe extra cornerback depth on the outside will be better. Although Elijah Molden is set to return finally for Tennessee. At number 5, Eric Fisher. Look, Fisher did not play that great for the Colts last season. And I think some asking price involved and the sacks allowed and not being great in pass protection were big reasons why he remains unsigned. He's better than Dennis Daly, though. And I know that's a very low bar to clear. Sorry, Dennis Daly, if you're watching. But Daly's a backup. That's what his job is supposed to be. I do not trust the left tackle situation at all right now for Tennessee. Fisher, I think, could be an upgrade. I would at least call about him. Now, maybe there's some unknown medical. Maybe there is way too much money that he wants. Maybe he's not in game shape right now because, it's November. But I think if you're Tennessee and you want to be a contender this year, you got to look at left tackle short term. Hopefully Taylor Lewan gets healthy next year, but they got to figure that out. Of those 2 offensive tackle options, and Williams can play some right guard as well, who would you rather sign? DW for Darrell Williams or EF for Eric Fisher? Let me know in the comments. By the way, it's the end of the video. Make sure you guys have liked it today. Don't forget to leave without giving us a like here at Titans Today.